Welcome back to Loveshack, and today is the first time I've been doing this in quite a long time on this channel. We've had a few requests, so I thought it might be fun to give it a go. We're going to do a deck profile video, and people have asked, what decks do you play? Would you be willing to do deck profiles? It's really not what I intended when I started doing the channel again, because I was just thinking more so along the lines of doing openings, but if people want to see it, I do have the opportunity to present that. So yeah, let's give it a go and see how it is. If you guys do enjoy this deck profile video and you want to see more like it, let me know, and I will do what I can to try and work that out. As you can see by the thumbnail title, we are doing a Zoroark / Darkrai deck profile. I did not reference any online decks for this. I sort of built it myself, which is why you're going to notice it does look a little bit different from some of the other builds. But I've used it to moderate success so far, all while admitting that there are probably plenty of things I could do to change it. So that's enough of me talking. Let's jump into the video. So to start off with 2 Lele GX, pretty standard. I think it's like one of the, I just think it's essential in almost every deck. I mean, unless you're playing something like Guzzlord, where you really just want to be able to get out your supporters and search whatever it is you need, whenever you need it, in order to be able to make plays. Not to mention its attacking and the synergy with double colorless energy in this deck is really good. 2 Zoroark from Breakthrough. This is the stand-in with Mind Jack, so in addition to being able to hit for a lot of damage, it's only a 1 prize, and it also has that really good ability which can help you in the instance of breaking. 2 Zoroark GX. I've actually done Zoroark GX opening of the box collections on the channel too, so you guys check that out if you want to. I'll put a link there to that. You can actually see those Shining Legends openings. This card, its trade ability is ridiculously good, and its attack is pretty good too. Being able to hit for 120 damage with a full board, 150 if you got a choice band, it's definitely one of the better options you have there. Not to mention the synergy with the Dark Energy. 4 Zorua, pretty straightforward. I do want to play 4 of the Breakthrough one. It just so happens that somehow I didn't have that many. So I'm right now playing the Shining Legends ones. I just think the Breakthrough one's ability to, not that you're often going to, but at least if you ever needed to, the ability to use its first attack is good versus the other one, which doesn't really do much damage at all. So 2 Darkrai EX. I was playing 3, decided to bump it down to 2 just because I feel as though later in the game you really don't need that many. This is still a really powerful attacker, and it does work with double colorless if you're able to load up your bench with elixirs and other things to hit for a lot of damage. And then 2 Darkrai GX, which again works really well with Darkrai, and the ability to discard him with Ultra Ball, put him back on the bench, things of that nature. So it's just a really, really useful card in this deck, and its attack is good. I've never really used the GX move in this deck, but I do think it's kind of cool to imagine the possibilities there. 2 Hoopa from Shining Legends. So this is the one that has Scoundrel Guard, which basically all effective attacks, including damage done to it by GX or EX, is completely nullified. So this is a really good card, especially while you're trying to set up your boards. And then just one of the Oblivion Wing Evital. I still find it to be a really good card, and it can load up your bench early game. So that's it for monsters. Pretty happy with that lineup, to be honest. The 2 and 2 on Zoroark seems to work really well. And obviously, I'm sure there are plenty of things that could be changed, but that's what I'm going with right now. So let's jump over to supporters. And like I said, this is going to be a little rusty. It's been a long time since I've done any deck profile videos, but hopefully you guys are, can bear with me a bit. So 4 Sycamore, again, pretty standard. I don't think that really needs much explanation. It's just one of those cards that in almost every deck is necessity. 4 Ultra Ball, it's incredibly good with Darkrai GX because it's essentially free. You can just put the Darkrai right on the board afterwards. You really don't have to worry about paying any of those costs. 4 Max Elixir, which is just a ridiculously good card, and you can load up your Dark Energies onto Darkrai's and Hoopa or whatever, and be able to just really load your bench up to do some attacking late game. 3N, the reason I'm playing 3N is because I've actually got this deck situated for when Crimson Invasion is legal, so I am playing the 1 Lusamine, so I just think that instead of playing 4, the ability to have a utility card that'll let you get your pieces back is worth the trade-off. 3 Choice Band, it's, imperative to be able to hit for a lot of damage, especially in a deck like this, where sometimes that 30 can just be enough to get you over the hump to kill something. 2 Floatstone, obviously, there are some high retreat costs in the deck, and with Zoroark's stand-in ability, if you put a Floatstone on it, you can essentially maneuver your board any way you want. What am I playing? 2 Guzma? 2, I was thinking about 3, but again, Lusamine does make it so you can get these back, so it's at least a little bit more flexibility there. 2 Field Blower, again, I think this is kind of standard stuff. I don't really want to spend too much time on it, but really good to remove stuff. I almost think 3 could be okay. 1 Super Scoop Up, more of like a tech than anything, but the ability to get your Lele's back, or to get, you know, if one of your Pokemon's pretty close to fainting, you add it back to your hand, whatever. It has combos with Ultra Ball and Darkrai too. And then for the 1-ofs, so the 1 Lusamine, which is put any 2 supporter or stadium card, show every discard pile into your hand, really good card. I think it's obviously going to be just a really powerful card in that it allows you to get back stuff that you've elsewise not had. Kukui, more damage you can stack, the better. Skyla, again, just with Lele, obviously. 1 Bridget, because Bridget, and then 1 Counter Catcher. So I love this card. I actually think it's really useful. I almost wanted to see if I could find space to play 2, but space is kind of tight in here as it is. Especially with, you know, all the support cards you need in order to be kind of trainer heavy. And then for the energies, those 3 double colorless, basically really good with Zoroark and Darkrai, if you have to go that route. And then I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Dark Energy. Combo with Elixir, obviously, and just you want to be able to have access to this at your disposal. So it's definitely one of those things where playing 10 is a good number, and it's worked out really well. So yeah, this is my first attempt at doing a deck profile video in quite a while. I honestly haven't been playing a ton competitively, but this is just something I threw together to play around with. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe for more. And I do ask if you just give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Nelson's Comics and Games. I'll put a link in the description below to them. Check them out. Use my code Loveshack5 at checkout to save 5% off your entire Pokemon TCG purchase. And until next time, keep it locked right here at Loveshack. Bye-bye.